again, in case you didn't know, there was a trial going on for Jam Master Jay. Jam Master Jay was killed, I don't even know how long ago. It's been a while. Okay. He a part of Run DMC. And it looks like, which I did not know, not only did they get a conviction, which is good, it's his godson and his childhood friend. Wow. Wow. His godson, somebody that somebody else brought into his damn life, right? He's somebody that said, I want you to be the godfather of my child, was brought into his life, not even anyone technically related to him, and his childhood damn friend. Wow. The community is shit, okay? Well, I just want to know where Black Lives Matter is on this, though. Black Lives Matter, where you at? Where you at? Where you at? I'm confused. I need somebody to come on out here and talk about this. Oh my God, I can't believe it. How could you do this? Now, mind you, let's not get it twisted. Jam Master Jay was allegedly involved in narcotics. Allegedly. And we already know how that ends, right? Ends one of two ways, right? We know this, okay? And he was popular enough and had enough money and had enough notoriety that he technically didn't need to do it. But, you know, sometimes when you get into something, you cannot get out. Either way, that life is typically going to lead you into one of two places. OK, so obviously, I'm sure his family members and friends here must have been involved with it somehow, some way. So godson and childhood friend convicted of gunning down Jam Master Jay 2 decades after Run DMC co-founders Red Rum. This is updated as of 4:51. That is him. 2 men charged with Jam Master Jay's death in New York City more than 20 years ago were convicted Tuesday of the hip-hop icon's long unsolved slaying. So listen, they said, you never know. Just because you think you got away with something don't mean you got away with anything. Ronald Washington, 50 effing 9, and Carl Jordan Jr., 40, were found guilty by a Brooklyn federal jury of Red Rum and 37-year-old Jason Mizell, who would be 57 this year, inside his Queens music studio in what prosecutors said was a crime motivated by greed and revenge. Washington, Mizell's childhood friend, and Jordan, his godson, each faced between 20 years to life behind bars at their sentencing. The verdict followed a 4-week trial in which jurors heard from several witnesses who recounted the moment the pair deleted the legendary rapper inside his cramped 24/7 studio in Hollis on October 30th, 2002. Shout out to Hollis, Queens. It finally brings an end to the mystery surrounding Mizell's shooting death, which went unsolved for decades. It also lets you know that people be knowing. Because you think these people just... So Terrence Broward, whatever his name is, can't remember nothing from a few years ago, but all these people can remember stuff from 20 years ago. Got it. Throughout the trial, prosecutors painted the deletion as a revenge plot by Washington and Jordan after the pair were stiffed in a drug deal in Baltimore just months earlier. Exactly. So it was only going to go one way anyway when you're doing something like that. I'm just saying, we know what it is. It was an ambush. An execution assistant attorney Miranda Gonzalez told jurors, adding that the slaying was motivated by greed and revenge. Jurors heard testimony from several witnesses who were inside Mizell's studio at 7:30 p.m. on the night he was deleted, including Uriel Tony Rankin, who identified Jordan as the shooter for the first time after more than 2 decades. Wow. I can't. I heard a couple of shots. Rankin said, I saw Jay fall because his back was to me at the time. As Jay was falling, I saw Jordan shrug him off of him. Rankin, there was like a video of this, or not the behind the scenes. I remember watching something that just basically played this whole thing out on a TV show. Maybe it was a Netflix or something about this, trying to figure out what happened to this guy, what happened to Jam Master Jay. And what they're saying right now is exactly how it was playing out in that daggone video. Rankin was playing the Madden football video game with Mizell at the studio when the two were ambushed. He suffered a wound to his left leg from Jordan, also known as Little D, during the fracas. Lydia High, a lifelong friend of mine, broke down in tears several times when she was on the witness stand, child. Oh, look, this is the design. Yep, this is exactly the same thing. They must have used that daggone thing in order to solve this. But the point is that people be knowing, okay? People don't want to talk. They didn't talk. They won't talk, or whatever the case may be. And then people continue to terrorize neighborhoods, continue to do wrong, whatever the hell it is that they're going to do. And until the community decides that they're going to come forward, however that or whatever that means to them, and stop this mess, that's the only time that any of this mess is going to change. So even if Black Lives Matter and Al and Ben and all them people did come out, if these people are not going to change, then it ain't going to make no daggone difference. But y'all supposed to understand this, and you're supposed to still go help the community. Gentlemen, you're still supposed to go in there and take care of these women and protect them, marry them, shout out to Dr. Umar, and cure the daggone community, okay? Because y'all ain't ish. But I'm here to remind you, SYCBM, SYCBM. Rest in peace to Jam Master Jay, and hopefully his family can move on and move forward. Shout out to Run DMC, but we moving on, child, moving on. Because yesterday, as we were live streaming, of course, this crap came through about Puffy. But we're going to let ABC say what's going on, child. Music producer is the latest to accuse Sean Diddy Combs of actual misconduct, child.
The new allegations against Sean Diddy Combs, a music producer, is accusing hip-hop mogul of sexually assaulting him and forcing him to have sex with prostitutes. But a lawyer for Combs called the events described in the lawsuit pure fiction. This is now one of several sexual assault lawsuits filed against Combs in recent months, including a lawsuit from the R&B singer Cassie that was settled last year. To break this all down for us, I want to bring in trial attorney and ABC News contributor Brian Buckmeyer. So nice to see you.
Always great to be here with you.
So you've been covering this for a while. I mean, you're familiar with Sean Diddy Combs. Not only does this lawsuit mention Diddy, it also includes other A-list celebrities. What stands out here to you?
So if you see me looking down, I'm looking down at the 73-page complaint that was filed yesterday. In terms of allegations of celebrities, we're talking about Cuba Gooding Jr. being shown through still photos of what the complainant says they have videos of groping him. There are allegations of P. Diddy touching the genitalia and anus of the complainant. And also, if you look to the complaint here, there's a few Easter eggs here where it says the rapper redacted on Mr. Combs' yacht consorting with underage girls and sex workers. And you look down to the redaction, it says, well, the person is a Philly rapper who dated Nicki Minaj. I think that may be Meek Mills. And also says an R&B singer redacted in Mr. Combs.
So in other words, it sounds like all of hip hop is about to fall down. I mean, they just out here saying everybody. It's everybody. Oh, Lord, Lord, Lord.
Los Angeles home, consorting with underage girls and sex worker. When you go down to the redaction, it says he's a Grammy Award-winning R&B singer who had trouble with law enforcement after assaulting a Bayesian billionaire. I don't know who's a billionaire from Barbados that we know that dated someone. That sounds like Chris Brown. So there's a lot of big names here, both as Easter eggs and also just on the front pages of these allegations.
Wow, just huge. The lawsuit also claims the misconduct happened during the creation of Diddy's latest album, the Love album, and is seeking, as we've mentioned, $30 million. The suit not only names the mogul, but includes his son and Universal Music Group, claiming there's an alleged RICO enterprise to enable his misconduct.
Is Fannie in charge of this? Child, Amanaz, I know you know. Who in charge of this? Is it the people in New York? Is that where this came from? Child, they are naming everybody up in here. Woo, Lord, Lord, Lord. I thought this was already determined to be BS. That's what I thought, but I guess maybe not, child.
Explain why the lawsuit goes beyond Diddy and what's kind of at stake here.
This, along with Cassie's lawsuit that you talked about earlier that was settled, reads a lot like what we saw in the R. Kelly case in the EDNY, where they're talking about this being a criminal enterprise that's all feeding towards this one individual's depravity of wanting drugs and sex and rock and roll and everything in between, that everyone seemed to know and go out and facilitate what Sean Diddy Combs wanted. Even in part of these allegations or these complaints, they call his chief of staff the Ghislaine Maxwell to P. Diddy's Jeffrey Epstein, saying that this was a total sexual enterprise to feed into his desires.
And we want to note that Diddy has denied all claims against him. But this can't possibly help his brand. Like, where do you see this going, and where do you see this lawsuit going?
Again, I draw the comparison to that of R. Kelly, where there might have been rumors in the background. There were lawsuits that were settled. There were whispers behind closed doors. But as those whispers start to grow and get louder, you potentially could see greater civil litigation. They're saying in this case, they want to fight it. Potentially, we see a jury trial out of here. But this is based on sex trafficking allegations, as well as claims that are criminal in nature. For me, I'm thinking SDNY, that being the Southern District of New York, right here in Manhattan, they're probably looking at these allegations and thinking, where are the videos? Where are these still shots that we're seeing in these complaints? And can we investigate it to see if there's more here, potentially criminal charges?
And that could probably come out at some point.
Potentially.
All right, Brian, thank you so much for your time. Thanks for unwrapping that for us.
Pleasure.
Lord. Welcome to the 27th day of Black History Month. I tell you, if it ain't one damn thing, it's something else. Good luck to these people, okay? Because whoever is behind all this, they taking they burning everything. They said, we taking everybody down this time. I don't care.
We do not care.